Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and today I wanted to talk to you all about the Q&A that was released for the Vanguard variants and the different modules and pods that come with it. Now, I'm going to try and keep this pretty quick, but the information we got is pretty much what I speculated the answers to actually be, so I feel pretty good about that. Now, they get started by talking about the question that always comes up, and that's if the upgrade kits are going to have LTI or not. Now, what makes me so happy about this is that they really go a long way and try and confirm exactly what I've been saying this whole time, and I'm just going to quote it. We'd like to begin with the standard disclaimer that LTI does not matter. It's a minor convenience. So good. Hopefully that clears it up, because I don't know how many times I can say it, but for some reason people put so much value on LTI, and if you look at the gray market out there, it's a crazy value. So try and keep that into consideration. But to answer the question, the Sentinel and the Harbinger variants, along with their respective upgrade kits, do come with LTI. The base Warden or the Warden upgrade kit do not come with LTI. They come with 2-year insurance. And the reason they did this was to make sure that people can't kind of mimic the same backer reward for those who ended up buying the Warden during the concept sale. Now, the next topic of discussion is about if you're able to swap the variants using the kits at your leisure. And the answer for that, for the most part, is yes. Now, they've been working on the Warden for longer than others, so it's pretty likely that we're going to have that released in hangar first. If you have a Harbinger or a Sentinel, you're going to end up getting a loner. If you have, just one of those other ones, you'll end up getting the Warden as the loner. That being said, once they're all ready to fly, you'll be able to use the holo table to apply your upgrades to fly the ship that you end up wanting to fly. Speaking of the battlefield upgrade kit, which seems to be where the most of the questions are really coming from, it's important to note that these aren't single-use items. You can equip them, switch them, change them, etc. They kind of go on to equate those to like snow tires on your car. Put them on when the situation is right. Well, I think it's important to note, though, that while they didn't really mention this, that if your Warden with Harbinger upgrade, that if that Warden using the Harbinger upgrade kit gets destroyed, you can't then go take another Vanguard out, even if you have the Warden or Sentinel kits, until insurance buys your hull back. I think that's probably self-explanatory, but I kind of wanted to just clarify that, just specifically that the kits give you more versatility, but not more ships. The kits aren't just changing the pod, though, which I think was the biggest question that I had seen and probably the biggest one I wanted clarified. Instead, it's changing everything except for the hull paint or the overall design of that variant. So when you use an upgrade kit on the Warden to Harbinger, you're basically flying a Harbinger with a different look. You get the upgraded guns, you get the rocket turret, you get the torps, everything. But you're just not going to get the escape pod. Now, I kind of expect that since you own all of this equipment, you're going to be able to create some form of a hybrid ship, but we won't really know that until we end up getting more information. Speaking of weapons, though, we get more information on what these ships are actually equipped with. The Warden has the big-ass Gatling called the APOC Death Ballistic and bearing M4A secondaries. Now, that changes on the Sentinel to some form of plasma weapon, which I'm interested in to really seeing its real purpose overall. Technically, the laser cannons are probably some sort of a plasma round, but I'm not sure if that distinction is really what we're kind of referring to. I would have to imagine it probably interferes with the ship's systems or quickly melts the shields to help you kind of support the role of the ship and maybe make attaching something like a data spike missile a little bit easier. On the Harbinger, though, they confirm that they're getting a mass driver railgun and more powerful secondary lasers. Now, what those end up being, we don't know yet. The art for the guns right now that we've seen in the concept art is just that, art. But I would expect the end result to be similar because that's what they're envisioning for the ship. Now, the last questions really center around electronic warfare and specifically how the Sentinel compares to the Herald. The general feeling that I get while reading this is that the Sentinel is more of a support ship designed to kind of trick the enemy into making bad decisions and being able to support the other ships coming in to do the real damage. The Herald seems to be more of the I'm running solo and trying to be a data thief type ship. Not necessarily designed to deal a whole lot of damage, but more intended to steal the information and escape without any real issue. Now, they have carryover in responsibilities and abilities, but they're on different ends of the spectrum. So, for example, they talk about how the Sentinel isn't really designed as an info runner, so you won't have that large data core to hold all that information that you're really trying to steal. However, upgrades are present, and you will actually be able to make some data storage upgrades to your Sentinel if that's what you want to end up doing, like the info running type of deal. So that's about it. As usual, let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, stay tuned for more updates, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care.